Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing today? Hey, Dr. Dave, Mitchell, hey, Printer Prun, Rushmere, Arthur, Additive Adam. How's everyone doing? Got Da Vinci and Tuxedo and Andres and Bill Brothers, Tuxedo and Steve and Michael and Hacks Potatoes. How's everyone today? Hey, Malfred. Hi, Jen. Hi, Sven from Germany. Hey, Rod. Colin and Danny, Brian, Tactical Farmer, and Steven and Jack and Kevin. That's how far up I'm going to scroll. Hey, Vaughn. Hey, Evidence. Hey, Maker Viking. Hey, Little Brat. PF Dennis. Ooh, we are back at the, am I on the wrong mic? No, I should be on the right mic. It's this one. Nothing's changed. Weird. Yeah, there's nothing. Oh. Is that better? That's my bad. That should be better. Hey, Edward. Hey, Laura. Hey, Tohos. Hey, Shammy. And Rushmere. Hey, Luke. Derek, thanks for the gifted memberships. Is this better? It should be better. Yeah, I have something in my mute and unmute thing that is still activating one of the camera microphones. So you're hearing me through two. So, oops. Much better. Awesome. Hey, Leo. It was good to see you yesterday. Maker Fair Bay Area. I attended yesterday. It was fun. Hey, Poity. Hey, Ram Online. It was a Maker Fair. So there was a lot of content there. Not a ton of CNC type content, but that's okay. That's not really what it's meant for. There were a few things. There was a booth there with a bunch of printers, and they had a V0. I think that was the only Voron I saw there. It was a, what was it, hot pink and blue V0 that looked pretty good. Hey, Jokernut. Hey, Keith. What else? The Orange County Maker Fair is at the Orange County Fairgrounds again. Yes. The Bay Area Maker Fair is no longer in San Mateo. It's at Mare Island. So, it was a cool site. I liked it. It was an old like dock with like coal bays and stuff like that. A lot of brick buildings and very industrial. I liked the vibe. It was cool. And we had a very mix of the sun was out, it got a little hot, but then we got a breeze and it felt better. Hey, Polar Ted. So I picked up a shirt, and on the back it says, see, Maker Fair, Mare Island. Oh, what else do we got? Hey, John, I'm sorry to have missed you yesterday. John sent me a message on my Discord, I think literally 5 minutes after I had hopped in the car and was driving, so I didn't see it. I didn't see it until an hour and a half later when I was home. So, I'm bummed. But I did see Leo, and I saw Dom and Pooch and Caleb, and another viewer, don't remember his name, came up to me, so that was awesome. So, hey, Major Gamer Geek. Let's see. You get blocked. You didn't get blocked. I turned all that off. Okay. So the only thing I've done on this printer between streams is Heart K made some changes to the Bowden toolhead setup. Just kind of finalized a few things and documented it and actually published it. So let me paste in the link here. My Micron Plus well along the way to being done. Awesome. I'm redoing much of my Micron Plus. I've got about several parallel projects going right now, getting ready for Orange County Maker Fair. So remember, Orange County Maker Fair is coming up this coming Saturday. And I'm going to be sharing a table with LDO. So I'll be the Voron, the official Voron presence there. So I'm going to take a bunch of printers and getting those ready to go has been busy. We went to a maker fair in Holyoke, Massachusetts yesterday. Turns out it was a mini maker fair. Not much to look at. Yeah, that's what the Rockland Maker Fair here was like. It was pretty mini, but it was the first time it was back in like 6 years. So I'm hoping it expands next year. Okay, so this, I pasted the link. This is Hartk's GitHub for the Bowden toolhead with his PCB. So, Dr. Dave, I will tell him I said hi. Don't mail the printers. Nope, I'm driving. I rented a minivan and I'm driving. Hi, Skyrim. Hi, Rick. So a little more official. So now I can put this link in the description. Actually, before I forget, why don't I do that right now? Why don't I do that right now? Okay. There we go. Put that in the description before I forget. Not enough room in the Subaru. Oh no. Oh no. No boop. This is a V0. No boop on V0. Hey, JM. What do we got? Scott's here. Hey, Scott. Anyway, so I pasted in the description the link to this GitHub. There was a couple of changes. So there was a revision to the X carriage. So this is the X carriage, and the change is this little notch right here didn't exist at all. This is just flat across here before. That I printed the new carriage and then installed it last night. I met Eben Upton. Who is Eben Upton? Is that one of the folks at Raspberry Pi Foundation? I know Sam from OpenSauce, so my time at the Pi table I spent visiting with her. Rick, I don't normally use this account, but I got a membership last week. Awesome. Hey, Kelvin. RPi founder. I wish I would have spoken to them more, because I didn't know who they were. Hey, RK. When does the van lifestyle and the maker lifestyle conversion and we get maker vans? We should. The Raspberry Pi founder. I feel a little silly for not chatting with him more then. My wife went with me. So if anybody wants to know what my wife looks like, the Twitter selfie that I took with Pooch, that's her in there. So, here, I want to see something. Are these working? I don't know what's up with that. I have no idea. The Nightbot thing isn't working. So, what else? Polymaker Filament giveaway. We are the regulars, every stream Polymaker Filament giveaway. Links in the pinned post and in the description. I will draw at the 3-hour mark, which is a little under 3 hours from now. You're getting errors on almost every message. That's got to be a YouTube thing. Weird. Hey, Kyle. And we are getting responses in the Polymaker Filament giveaway thing. So awesome. Okay. So off stream, I installed the thing. I was working on this last night, and interesting. I think for the first time in probably 30 years, and I'm not kidding, I got stung by a bee last night, and I'm happy to report I'm not allergic. I was in Discord chat with a few folks, and I felt a kind of a twitch in my neck, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I felt something, and then it kind of stung a little bit, and then I reached around to the back of my head and brushed away a honeybee, a little honeybee that flew over to my drill press and landed there, and he stung me right here. I went into the bathroom, and there was a stinger still in there, and I pulled it out. Let me catch up here. Eclipse, thanks for the gifted memberships. Welcome all the new members. I've been getting a lot of error messages in chat too. I'm hoping it's a YouTube thing and not a stupid Nightbot thing. Colin, thanks for the gifted memberships. Yeah, Sanity was on when I got stung. So was Dr. Dave. Yeah, welcome everybody. Yeah, it was a suicidal bee, unfortunately. I'm glad I'm not allergic. I'm not kidding. I don't think I've been stung by a bee since I was a teenager. I can't remember any other instance where I have been. Have you tried the CNC Tap V2? I've been using V1 and having issues with input shaper. I have been using both V2 and V1. I've had V2 for a little while. Both of them have been giving me good results since the V1 with the updated carriage. So I couldn't say that one is giving me better results than the other. They're both working. Hey Jake. Let's see. Hey Apollo. Hey Truggy. Hey NH3D. There's less honeybees than there used to be, yeah. And there's one less now. Not my fault. I had the garage door open. I was just working and chatting, and he stung me. I don't know why. You notice any bee-related superpowers since then? I'll let you know. It might take a couple of days to kick in. We get around bees in our lawn every year. We have tons of yellow jackets every summer. This year wasn't as bad as some, but I've been fortunate to not get stung by those either. Hey, Jordan. Oh, congrats on the number of likes record on Galileo 2 stream. That was a ton. That was a ton. We hit 10,000 subscribers. I still have a little counter down there in the corner. 10,100 already, which is a lot for a week for me. An extra 100 subscribers in a week is a lot. So hopefully we'll start seeing that slope increase. Okay, so we're here. Carriage replaced. Everything here is good now. So the next things we need to do is we did some wiring last. We did some wiring last week. We're going to continue that. Something I realized I could have done last week is wire up the Z stepper real quick. But we're just gonna continue. We'll put the tool head together, get all that wired, and I think that'll pretty much be a full stream. I need today to be limited to about the 3-hour mark, so we'll probably end the stream right after giveaway time, just because both the things that I need to do to prep for the next show and other things I need to get caught up on. The extra time would be good. Yeah, Sanity. Alan Mandick's shout out was the definite push to hit that. My bank expanded like your subs. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so let's finish off because I want to finish off the Z stepper. A, B, and extruder are all connected and routed. The Z stepper can get routed. I can get rid of that baby spider that was living in there. I've got a bunch of baby spiders. Something has hatched, and I see them occasionally, and I'm fairly certain they're black widows, because we do have a lot of black widows around here. But which extruder is that? So this is the Night Watch extruder. If you go to the Pocket Watch GitHub, the Voron Pocket Watch GitHub, this is in there. So the whole idea here is I have 4 V0s and 3 of them are direct drive. So since Nightwatch is a available extruder and the Bowden setup, this printer started as a Bowden because it's a V0.0. I figured I'd keep it that way. B-Powers and Spider-Man combined. Hey, Pezlis. Welcome. Hey, Vaughn. Hey, Ed. What do we got? Okay. Wiring for that. So let me grab my PTFE wiring box and find a little length of stepper wire. There's a little length of stepper wire. That'll do. We gotta crimp both sides. The standalone Galileo 2 could be used with a V0.2, right? Standalone, yes, it could. Yep. And so that's gonna go there. And then I need my JST PHs for one side, for the stepper side. Which one do I need? I think this one is this. It's 8. One was 6. Is that right? Just test fit it. Yep, that's the one. I saw one Voron at Bay Area Maker Fair. Yep, that V0 I saw. I spoke to them a little bit. Okay, 4 of these. JST PH and wire strippers and crimpers. There was one V0, there was a couple of Ender 3s, there was a Prusa XL with single tool head, and there was a couple other random printers. There wasn't a whole lot. The 3D printed mechanical clocks and the marble machines. My wife wants me to laser cut her a little fidget toy now, a little gear fidget toy, and she wants me to find a marble machine to make for her. So that's what I got out of Maker Faire, is projects. I missed, what did I miss? Tuxedo? Okay, it says gifted a membership by Tuxedo, but it didn't. So that's weird. I did not get a thing in here that from a little notice. Usually I get a green message notice. It's Tuxedo gifted membership, so thank you. But it didn't pop up on my chat. That's weird. YouTube's having trouble. Andrew, hey, I brought up something I thought might be cool during NeuroStream, but some oddball made it weird. Spider, worm, silk infused filament. That would be interesting, but probably stringy. But a Marble X, I don't know what that is. Okay, so I have stepper wires. And let's get these all stripped and crimped. Truly amazed at the ratio of members to non-members you have amassed. You are all a great community. Couldn't ask for anything better. Way beyond what I expected when I started this. Orange County Maker Faire. If the last final details line up, I am finally going to give away the switch wire that I built almost 2 years ago. When I built that, the idea was that we would give it away at a West Coast event. Now, if I had thought about it, if I had remembered, I should have given it away at Rocky Mountain. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think we're going to give it away at Orange County Maker Faire. So if you're there, details to come and subject to a change of plans based on what I can actually get done and logistics, but that's the plan. YouTube must be having issues. The gift bubble didn't show up in the chat header either. Yeah, that's weird. I hope everybody who got the gifts and I get credit for that. Oh, YouTube said internal error. Anonymous membership gifter. Thanks, Tuxedo. Oh, we on Martin. Now I want to see what order do these normally go? Blue, red, green, black. In that order. I'm looking at actually the switch wire that's behind me to get that order. Blue, red, green, black. And that is going to be this way. Oops. So black, green, red, blue is going to be the order I print these in. My YouTube chat was acting odd on my stream today. Signed me out in stream elements. That's weird. Hopefully it's not too disruptive. Black, green. STPHs, little smaller crimp, little smaller die on the crimper. I'm using the 1.0 die on here for the conductor, and then I'm going the next size up for the insulator. Okay. It's just YouTube. I do still use, I used to use 5 times magnifiers. These are only 2 times. It's still helpful for this really close up stuff. Otherwise, most of what I can do, I don't need any assistance beyond the contacts. Hey, Death Cube. These are 2.0. These are PHs. Hey, Timo. Hey, Zarp. Start my browser. All your greetings are generating errors. Olex KK were more standard in 3D printing. I found them a lot easier to crimp. They're not bad at all. You're right. Okay, so blue. So this is a 6-pin connector on the stepper side, but you skip a couple of pins. It goes in there like that. And let me just confirm that I've got this right. Blue, red, green, black. Yep. Get all of these all the way in. Are those engineer crimpers? No, these are engineer wire strippers. But I like the iCrimp / iWis 2820 is my go-to. These all clipped into place. Yep. So now this is gonna go right. Oh. Yeah, they clipped in. It's gonna go right there. And then to take this just basically right here. And my Z is going to be right there. Go right about to there. That's going to be good enough. I might actually bend this down to where I put that into the slot there to kind of get it out of the way. So make sure I have enough wire for that. Yeah, that'll do. Go. Hey, Chris. Like button confirmed working. Yeah, we definitely want 300 people to hit that like button within the next 2.5 hours. So keep the streak alive. Does anyone have tips on running a Pi camera cable through a drag chain? I would not run a Pi camera cable through a drag chain. That would be my tip. I would not do that. You're talking about the little FFC ribbon cable, right? I don't think that would be wise. Hey, Jeff. Give my... Hey, 1 liter, Peter. What bed size is this printer? This is a V0, so it's 120 area, 120 millimeter cubed volume. Oops, I need to go a little more on this. This is the KKs. So, a little more stripped. It's only about 1.5 millimeters for the PHs that you need to strip off, but this is a few millimeters. Go, and where did I put my, hopefully in here. Yep. There, and terminals. I'd do it on Z if it was wide enough, but not on X wide. Hey, Kermit. Trying it. Yeah, YouTube chat is apparently having trouble. For terminals. Hey, Mr. Joddy. What's the latest thing the Voron team released? What was the latest thing the Voron team released? Tap. Tap would be the latest thing. Now, Voron adjacent, Galileo 2 was just released. They make HDMI to Pi ribbon cable adapters. I saw that recently. Okay, so this is going to go on there. And I'm going to need a... Oh, was V0.2 R1? It was after tap. You're right. Good call. Good call. That was very recently. Okay, so similar thing here. What direction do these go? Goes there, that goes there, so I want red, blue, green, black. So are folks still having trouble? How do you pick your YouTube music? I don't. I picked one playlist and it's played every single stream since I found it. And nobody's told me that they don't like it. So I've left it. Oh, I missed something. PF Dennis, thank you for the gifted memberships. Guess the issue is on YouTube side. I started getting errors out of nowhere as well. I'm gonna try something. Since what's changed in R1. Let me get back to that unless someone else wants to make a short list of what's changed in R1. Hey, Vaughn. HDMI sounds like a great idea. Maybe I get some super thin. Would it be insane to build a 350 by 350 by 120 for people do pancake printers all the time. It's not insane because you're right. The vertical height for when you're just doing printed parts and stuff is not, you don't need a ton. I want to see something. Are folks still having trouble? If you're still having trouble, I'm going to disconnect Nightbot from the chat and see if that's causing the problem. Because I've only ran Nightbot for 2 streams now. Last stream and this. And the command, that should pop up a link to my Discord. Oh, shit. Now it works. Now it's working. It wasn't working when I typed that the first time. Does it just take some time? It did. Still, I'm gonna disconnect it, I think, and see if it's causing it. So I've now left the channel with Nightbot has left the channel. So, oh, Grant has the same. Other people are having the same. Okay, then it's probably not Nightbot. I'm not going to rejoin it because it's not, folks aren't using it, and that's fine. Hey, Lucas. Intermittent problems. Yeah. I have no idea. I guess that's a good question if a bot is used. I've disconnected Nightbot. If it gets better from here, then yay. If it doesn't, then we'll know it wasn't Nightbot. Alan. Thank you for reminding me your name. I mentioned that I met you and your son Chris, right? And it was a pleasure to meet you. I'm glad to get reminded of your name though, because I'm terrible with names. Okay, this is gonna go in here. Means that red, blue, red, blue, green, black. Oops, shoot. Should do this. Red, blue, green, black. There. Make sure all those are fully inserted. Where did my tweezers go? Okay. Hey, Paul. Broken it is? Okay. I was there with my family, about to head back with my daughter who wants to go again today. Nice. That's awesome. Is the 2.0 the least complex of the small Voron printers? Of the small Voron printers? That's a good question. Getting errors, just not as much. It's YouTube. Okay. Hopefully they clear it out. Okay, so that's there. And then, oh shoot. Oh well, I'm gonna have to have it not be labeled. I forgot to label it. go. This is going to go here, and this is going to tuck into there, which means I need some zip ties. I forgot to label it, and that bugs me. That bugs me. Hey, Shadell. Can't wait to go to OC Maker Fair. Last time Steve was Houdini, and I missed him. Well, I'm going to have a whole table there this time. So it's going to be very hard to miss me. D-pin and label it. I know. No. I don't want to, but I might. I feel like it needs to be. Fine. Fine. Okay, where's my labels? Label maker. What else do I need to plug into this thing? Let's get all the labels done at once. Let's get all the labels done at once. Do this again. Molex KKs, they're not too hard to remove. No, not at all. What's your thoughts on the Poly? I think it's cool. I have no idea in practice how it's going to be because nobody does. I think it's really cool because it's the first really different thing in a long time as far as the hobbyist, upper hobbyist level printer. I do have a Poly Magneto X or whatever they call it on pre-order. I did get in. I put myself in line. I have no idea why, because I don't have room for it and I don't have to build it, but it was interesting enough to me, and it seemed like Mark and that team are doing things right. They're not pretending that it's their own firmware like Creality did. They're not, you know, they seem to be pretty open about what they're doing. So, what about my kid? I didn't even realize I gave thin square nuts until I was almost done. Oh yeah, the little post install nuts. Let's see. Hey, zombie. I am falling behind. The brother label printer can do custom logos on the heat shrink. Oh, that's neat. I think it will come down to resolution of linear motors compared to steppers. Yep. Take apart. Hope they sort out EMI issues. Where can one find that cable strap mount? Cable strap mount. What cable strap mount? Now that you've had some time with it, what are your thoughts on the Mercury 1.1? It's awesome. I print with it often, actually. PETG and PLA is what I throw at it. And I haven't had to mess with it. I've had some hot end issues, but it has nothing to do with the Mercury 1 design. As a kid, I got sent post-install nut, but the printed parts I ordered did not. Hey, OSDK. Oh, these little zip tie mounts, they are on my Voron user mods GitHub. So if you go to the Voron user repo, they're in there. What I mean is I saw it was causing a lot of interference when Nero was filming it. I'd be very surprised if the magnets were actually causing that interference. That was a very noisy environment. We'll see. Hey, Happy. Yeah, that red lizard hot end I was not happy with. Okay, let's turn this on. Let's keep moving. Okay, so I need a Z. I didn't actually print a Z before, did I? Do this? No, I don't see it in my stuff. Okay, so I need Z. I'm going to need a fan hot end and a fan part and a heater heater and a thermistor hot end. Linear motors can have very high precision. Raised 3D now with linear motors and claims less than 0.1 micrometer precision. Or how large they could scale their linear motors. Maybe where I'd be very interested in your results. Did content about getting ones. They don't ship to AU as of yet. Yeah, I put myself in. I figured the discount was good. I could always resell it if after I've had a chance to check it out. Or it's an awesome printer and I use it as a workhorse. And I find a spot for it. Okay, what else do I need to label? I'm going to have a Z stepper. I'm going to have a hot end fan, a part fan. I'm going to have the heater and the thermistor. Is there anything else I'm plugging in? Oh, I've got a filament out sensor. Static magnets don't interfere with electronics. Moving or changing magnetic fields do. Hey, R3D. What printer is that? Well, we're talking about the Polymaker Magneto X. Interesting that the Polymaker printer would scale to large printers without drawbacks of long belts. I'd be interested to see IDEX on there. What that would take. What are we gonna filament out sensor? Just what did we label these other ones? Did we label them? Oh, I didn't label the XN stop. I think that would be extruder stop. Oh, no. Escape. Extruder stop. And I'm gonna print a Z stop. Just so I can label this one. Anything else? You're gonna learn us some Magneto. Well, at least I'll be able to speak to it. I don't know if I'm gonna do any video. There's no reason aside from just showing it off. Ray CD, Armez, IDEX. How's the Tridex? I'm gonna be working on the Tridex this week because I'm gonna take it to Orange County Maker Faire. I'm gonna take the Tridex. I'm going to take my gray 250 V2. I'm gonna take the blue V2. I'm going to take the Micron. I'm going to take the red V0. And I'm going to take the red and blue switch wire. And I don't know what else. Might throw another V0 in there or something. So. Okay, I'm going to just print this and continue. Oh, and I did all these on the big shrink wrap. I don't know if oh shoot. Oops. I ran out. So I got Z on here at least, so I can relabel Z. And I need to go see if I have more of this label. Otherwise, that might have to wait. Oh. Okay, well, let's turn that off and set that aside and get Z labeled. Let's do this. It's not looking like I'm getting... I might have more labels. I have to go check. So, linear motors could have any number of tools so long as you have space to park them each side, allow you to get to the in-use tool. Yeah. But I thought that was kind of a neat, a potentially neat thing with that printer is, let's throw a extra tool on there. There we go. To pry these up, you can only do this, maybe you can get away with this about 2 times per crimp, depending on how careful you are. So just using the sharp edge of this X-Acto knife to get those tings pried back up very gently. Kevin, thanks for becoming a member. Max watts on a mains bed before thermal fuse required. I would do a thermal fuse no matter what. Hey Chris, thanks for being a member for 17 months. There we go. The world is a better place now. The world is a better place with properly labeled connectors. Red, blue, green, and black. You should totally bring a solid fork. How can you not? It's a small trident after all, because my solid fork's not in a presentable condition right now. You know, I'm always thinking about what I'm gonna do, what kind of content I'm gonna create when I don't have a scheduled build. One of those things that's very high on the list is a solid fork revisited stream, where I do some updates and complete the couple of things that weren't 100% done type stuff. So there will be more solid fork content, I just don't know when. Sanity. Can we solve world peace? Well, it takes everybody. If everybody thought about that, yes. Hey, Biney. Should totally do. Is there a list of parts to print for the? I believe so. I would be checking the GitHub for it. Make sure this is all nice and twisted. Twist your wires. Underside here. There. There we go. Like that, and tuck that in there. And another zip tie to grab these right here. Hey, Dark Zoro. All the pros know that unlabeled connectors leads to more content. Well, I mean, I just spent an extra 10 minutes of stream redoing that to label it. Sure, I guess that's true. Very true. Pull this. These are. Do you know if the LDO is going to make a kit of V24? I don't. A kit, an entire kit would be tough because that's big. What's your favorite small printer? My favorite small printer. Right now, of the ones I've built, I like my Micron. I really need to use it more. But I'm also excited to clean up and finish the solid fork. Rod, thanks for being a member. Need an update to the RCF. Yeah, there's been big updates on that would be good to cover. There's me only streaming 1 day a week. I can't stream more. Not on a regular basis anyway. I can do the occasional extra stream, but one stream a week on average makes it tough to cover all this stuff. Morning, Jeremy. I missed the Mentos and Coke stage show. I saw all the Cokes that they had lined up. I didn't realize what those were for. I saw a ton of pallets of Coke, 2-liter Coke bottles. Okay, so that is all cleaned up. All of our steppers are now connected and labeled. This is here. Those all look good. The wiring is nice and managed. What else can we do underneath here? I think that's it. So let's get on to building the tool head. That's what we kind of left off with last time. So I reprinted this piece. This was the one from last week. There are some very minor changes that, that Heart K made. So we're going to transfer the fans over to here. And then start crimping JST PHs on here. Yeah. So this is going to go there. That goes there. This tucks in right there. Now let me see what I have for labels. So I would like to label these. Where did I put my extra labels? We might have to let Dancing Max be in charge for a couple of minutes while I go look for more heat shrink labels. Thanks for the hint with the Trident drag change. I stuffed some segments around and all fixed. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Dancing Max is in charge. I'm hoping that I have enough heat shrink label to be able to do the next part. Yeah, I don't, oh, never mind. I might not, false alarm. I have more of the 5.8 millimeter stuff. So, false alarm, I'm not leaving. Okay, let's get these labeled. This was the 8.8 millimeter stuff. That can go trash. There we go. Okay, create label, and then we are going to, let's leave the end stops and thermistor. And I think I can do all of these. Yeah, let's just delete the Z. I'm gonna need 2 part fan labels. Actually, I'm gonna need 2 of each of these. Fan hot and fan part. And I think that's all I need on this side. Oh, we got a thermistor, TH. Actually, let's TH0. Probably another one of those, TH0. I think that'll do. So let's print that. Hey, Major Once. How many people here are currently printing something, and if so, what? What are you printing? That's a great idea. That's a great question. And Ram, thanks for keeping track. We're halfway to 300, so let's do what we can to get there. Those things waste a lot of tape at the start and end of a print. Yep. That's what I just printed, and that's the waste at the start and the end. Yep. You're currently printing the belt tension meter. This guy here. I bought this in my last West 3D order. I need to look up how to use it, what values to be looking for, but printing a 50% scale prototype of a portable DAC headphone amp I'm designing. That's neat. Okay, that goes there. Now we have a fan Fan hot end. That's the one that I want right now. So that's going to go on these wires I was about to crimp. So let's send that right there. Let's zoom this in. That's him, can't justify the import fee, so printing it instead. Yep. Okay, so that one's there, and then we're gonna have, so save that. Then we have a part fan label, then another hot end fan for the board side, and another part fan here. So let's go ahead and put part fan there, and there, then we won't forget any of these. There we go. Hey, you on? Also, does toxic as far as I'm concerned. All my 2.4 parts are done, so I'm going to start that build in the next day or two, starting to print micron parts. So I just got filament for Rook parts. So I'm hoping to start printing Rook parts here very soon, because as soon as this build is done, we're going to transition over to working on the Rook. We're also, so coming up, there's a couple of streams coming up. We're going to do a Charlie Remembrance stream on the 28th. There is a community post about that. So if you have any favorite Charlie moments, it would be helpful to have, if you find them, and paste a timestamped link in there to the comments, because we'll go over those and we'll just kind of hang out for a couple hours. And that'll be on the 28th, and that will be public. It'll be a Charlie's Angel stream, but it will be a public stream. Just because of the nature of what we're doing there. It's also going to be, if I can get everything finalized and set up, it'll be a charity stream benefiting the local animal shelter. And then sometime in very early November, we're going to do the 10,000 subscriber celebratory stream. So if you haven't already, if you're interested in, or if you're a company or whatever who hasn't already talked to me about being part of that, then feel free to reach out. There's a couple other folks that I still need to reach out to that I've reached out to for the in the past. I'm using ASA and ABS for the Rook. ASA in the main color, and ABS in the accent. Have you used the VZBot? I started, I spent a little bit of time tuning it. So I've done input shaper on it, and I did a little bit of filament tuning on it, but I haven't gotten to the point where I'm printing parts with it yet. I'm guessing we can support that charity on stream. Yes. So the way YouTube does, at 10,000 subscribers, charity streams became available to me. And what that does is you can pick from charities that are registered in a certain way or have them registered. And the one I'm looking at is registered. And any donations that happen during the stream, 100% of the proceeds goes to that charity. YouTube takes care of the fees. It's kind of a neat thing that YouTube does when it's a registered charity stream. So 100% of whatever anybody donates ends up going to that charity. Why Bowden on this build? Mostly because why not? And it started as a Bowden build because of the V0.0. So, and Heart K has this cool Bowden toolhead board and setup. So if you're, let's do it. It's different. So, okay, so those are there. I need more JST, the small box of PHs. So I need a few of these. So I'm gonna need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna need the thermistor. I'm gonna have to plug the thermistor in there. So I'm gonna need 4 total. Oh, and let's grab those. There we go. I want to see what's going on. Hold on a second. Just a FedEx delivery. But it's not for me, so I don't care. I need to do this upgrade, mainly excited about Z-homing to the bottom. Yes, Z-homing to the bottom is a huge benefit on the V0. It works so much better. I think I'd rather the VZ-bot home to the bottom too, but I'm going to try a different Z end stop setup to help take care of that. Why not Dragon Burner? Because I'm doing the Bowden toolhead, and that's not Dragon Burner. It's a hobby. Not everything needs to be min-maxed. Absolutely. And there's really no. Why not Dragon Burner is another. No reason. There's no reason why not. Just that I haven't gotten to do something with that, or there's the other newer, the armchair folks did. I don't remember the name of it. That toolhead looks interesting. There's lots of interesting things out there, but I have to kind of pick and choose what I do on stream. Okay, so all of those, and then let's figure out what the polarity of these are. So one thing that's missing on my version of this board is it's not clearly marked for polarity. I guess the newer files are. So let's go over here to the documentation here. And this is the link I posted earlier, but I can post it again. Archetype and XOL, those are two names that I recognize, and I have a picture of them in my head, what they look like. Okay, so let's go to the PCB. Is there any info here? Or images? Bowden PCB. Nope, that's just a... Oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for. So I'm looking for here, for the fan connectors, the polarity. So from that, I should be able to figure out which way I need to crimp this. Okay, so from that, I am going to take one of these, get down on here, and if this goes in there like that, that's going there. And then the top one is positive. Okay. I'm gonna crimp these like this. One done. Okay. This is going to go there. All the way in. This is going to get shrunk. There we go. This little hot end fan label. So now we just do that again. This one is going to kind of bunch up into that cavity. This one has to come out and in. I don't think it needs to be quite this long. There, this is going to go out and in. Let's just cut a little bit off of here. And then we'll bunch up anything that's left. What do we got? For Dragon Burner is Cat Ears version. Hey, Sean. While working on stuff to avoid the honeydew upstairs. I can relate. Origin Right printer with a cat ears tool head would be awesome. This YouTube will turn off the stupid reactions. Yes, that reaction is blocking my view of a spot too. It is dumb. Okay, let's split this. And this goes here. There. There. Out of the way. Label is still on there. There we go. Get the label. Label shrunk. Okay. How do you disable it? Know how to disable it. Huh. Okay. So 2 of those are labeled. And then this one. Is that correct? No, this goes like this. There, that goes in there. This is going to go on top up here, which means this will be in relatively short. If I can get away with doing something like that, maybe I can use a little bit of little tiny piece of VHB tape or something to hold that down, just so I can maximize the length on this wire. Nope, it done. One way or another, it done. Not sure on your end. Yeah, I can just right click, select inspect, and delete the element. Oh, okay. That is, yeah, the same thing. Okay. go. Now fully inserted. And then the heatsink. You need uBlock to disable the reaction button in chat window. Works for me. It's not that annoying. Hey, Mike. That's a problem when someone created an app to disable it. Does that toolboard have sockets for LEDs? Yes. Yes, there is an LED header here, and well, not LEDs, but there are solder pads here for the LEDs on each side. So. Yeah, I disabled the Nightbot, Colin. That's why that didn't work. But yeah, Charlie passed on a couple of weeks ago. So if you want to see a grown man cry, go look at the beginning of last week's stream. So like the solder pad additions to that. I have some questions. If anybody has a good suggestion for how I can manage multiple NeoPixel style LED things on here. I'm not quite sure. I feel like I probably should do it through an Arduino and then control the Arduino with the Duet board. And I would like some independent control, because I'm gonna put on some of the mini LED strips that I think can install right here on the bottom here. I got from Chamois, and then Polar Ted gave me a couple of toolhead LEDs that would go in here, and then I have the front LED, which is what I've got hooked up right now. So the only one that's going to work right now is the front LED, unless I can figure out a good setup before the end of this series. So I'm not sure what the best. I have a hub that Blam made. Okay. Mike, thank you for the gifted memberships. WLED, I've used an Arduino as a second MCU to control LEDs. Yeah, maybe if anybody can, maybe we can start a discussion on that on my Discord, if anybody has any, has some suggestions, because I would like to get them all working on here. It'd be nice to do it in this series. Okay, so all the fans are terminated, so now I think I can put this board on here. So that is going to take this one being plugged into the back. And then these can get out of the way. And then this is going to kind of fold back on itself so that it will tuck into there like that. Now I can push this in as far as it'll go before plugging this in right here. Goes in there. That's nice and clean. And this I'm going to fold around and plug in. There. Hey, Pigeon. Have them all daisy chain, then use LED effects with each section called out. I don't want to, the daisy chaining part is, I don't want a ton of wiring. I want to make it as clean as possible. Okay, do I have any self-tappers in here? Do I have to go get my self-tappers? No, I'll use a couple of these. Clipper expander board wouldn't work for that. I'm not running Clipper. I'm running Reprap Firmware. So I'm going to need a stream where you do G2 extruder and CAN bus on your LDO V2. Have you looked into the Milo 1.5 mil? Looks like a fun Voron inspired CNC mill. I think LDO is doing a kit for it too. Yeah, and if things work out, I may build one of those from the LDO kit. We'll see. Okay, there we go. Oh, shoot. I didn't want to do that yet. I forgot something. I've dropped a link for the WLED hub on the server for you. Oh, thank you. Came in mid-conversation, probably missed something. Why can't you use Duet for NeoPixel? Yes, you can. But my question is how to wire in the 1, 2, 3, 4 different strips that I want to run on here. The 4 different setups. So I didn't want to put that on there yet because, and I'm hoping I can just kind of, no, I think I need to unplug it. Because I need to pop the little collet thing in here. And that'll be a whole lot easier with some Knipex pliers. So one of these ECAS adapters is going to go right there. And I've got a couple of nice parallel surfaces there. Yep. So I can go in like this with my handy dandy pliers and be sure that I'm pushing that straight in. You were just burning the threads on the plastic. Strip jumper wires between. I've added RGBs, RGB dubs to almost every micro one can do up to and even the smallest. What, Jeremy, you were just burning the threads on the plastic. What are we talking about? Okay, so fan hot end can go back in here. That's on there. Actually, let's pop this thing because that'll probably be easiest with the pliers too. John out of here. See you, John. Have fun at the fair. Tapping the threads. Clipboard would make things easier. I am taking a break from the norm. Yep. Okay, so that goes there. That all tucks into there. This one goes there. This one goes there. Now put this back together. Hey, Scotty. Make sure everything will tuck in nice and clean. Are you trying to control them via Clipper? I'm not, because I'm running Reprap Firmware. There we go. I'm gonna have to figure out. Oh, I might have made a mistake there. We shall find out. So here's the Revo Voron hot end I'm using. Now the concern I have at this point is, will those line up, and can I push a piece of PTFE tube all the way down into the thing. If those don't line up perfectly, then I'm going to have a bad time. Actually, what I'm going to do is take my 4mm reamer, this side, and I'm just going to make sure that I'm there. And there. And hope for the best when we actually put it together. I will get another cat someday. Yep. Are there any other firmware except Reprap, Marlin, and Clipper? There are. There's Gerbil, and probably some others lesser known, but those are the main three that you see in the hobby space. Need to get the bot running again and add an answer for the Clipper questions. Just got done doing front brakes on my car. Easy peasy. Yep. I did all the brakes on my wife's car not too long ago. Okay, so that goes in there. That is good. Now we need to route the... Might be just long enough to plug in there. This is going to go there. Let's see here. Let's give a little bend there at the end. It's going to go right there. And then those are going to go into that. That's going to have to go across the top there. I hope it actually reaches. Because that's got to go there. Super thrilled with this. While we're here, if you didn't know, this is a heat shrink label. As well not heat up more than I need to. Go. It's still readable. Remember this tool headboard even before it was released to the public. It was maybe a year ago. I was talking with Kyle and needed to get one. There you go. Is your wife looking forward to Smurf? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're both very much looking forward to it. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, so now that fits in there a little better. My only concern is that that's long enough to avoid all the mounting spots. Let's set this on here. To go under there and then plug in. I think it'll be okay. Just kind of holding it up here. Every time you use the heat gun and sound canceling makes it silent. Okay, I'm going to actually depin this microfit because I want all the wire I can possibly get for that, which means I will be right back and go get my depinning tool. Be right back. Oh, you couldn't actually hear me. I hit the wrong button. I didn't bring the right button. I didn't bring myself back. Okay, we are going to depin this. So let's set that there. And the genuine depin tool, which I highly recommend regardless of the price. Go. And I'm gonna end up just cutting that one, so that one's okay. Run the wires up the other side of the tool head. Well, I've got a choice here. I can go up this side, choose the heater wires going straight into that, or I can come around and have to take the thicker wires across here. Now these it looks like I've got just enough wire to do what I need to do. So I'd rather have my heater wires be the shorter path. Literally just broke mine. So I think the trick here, and you might be already doing this, but you should twist instead of bend. Don't bend when you're putting in there. Put it in and twist to push those tangs out of the way. I actually pick up from Protopasta here in Vancouver. It's my favorite expensive filament brand. Protopasta stuff is nice. Very nice. Protopasta will be at Orange County Maker Fair. They are going to be right next to us. Okay, so I'm cutting these all the way at the end just to get all the wire. I've been twisting and the tip stuck inside. Ah. I 100% agree with that technique, but don't try to reuse microfit pins after you depin. I have, but like I said, if you do it well, you can get away with reusing them like once. Don't expect to reuse them more than once. Okay, so that's gonna go there. Do this fiberglass sleeving. It's the worst. Very brave man. I've gotten away with it. So. It has not bidden me yet. Okay, where did I put that? I had another. Oops, a label fell. Stoyam, thanks for becoming a member. Is that the 11030? This is the 110, yes, that part number. The 0043, yes. Using those engineer strippers is always a joy. They are nice. Folks know I'm not fond of the engineer PA09s, at least the latest ones that are being made, but I am a fan of many of the engineer tools. Oops. What's that? Going in there. This is probably the edge of the wire size for this. There we go. Okay, so that's gonna go there. It's gonna flip around, plug in there, just like that. That, I think, will tuck out of the way just fine, right like that. So you can successfully depin female Molex 3.0 with your tool. Yes. This thing works. That's what I just did. I mean, I could do it on this one too, but iOS 2820s. Yes, those are mine. Mine too. Okay, so that's gonna go there. And that should just go up the side there and into there. So I think like that. They are called iCrimp now, yep. They rebranded. I like iWis better. I think they should have stuck with it. I'm a little worried about cutting that too short, but just get as much slack here as possible. Going there and that going there now. Oop, there we go. Hey, Ricky. Okay, I am going to grab a couple of pieces of this leftover heat shrink. Just going to cut that in half. And I'm going to use this to control fraying on these wires. So I'm going to put this on here. I am not going to use ferrules on here because this little terminal block is way too small. Way too small. So I'm just going to put bare wires into there and tighten it down. I'm not going to put ferrules on because they're, I mean, it's similar to the EBB 36, the Big Tree Tech tool headboard. That terminal block is too small. It should be the next size up. So I've done it. I've forced ferrules in there. I've done it on builds on stream, but in this case, I'm deciding not to. And this fiberglass wire is always such a pain to deal with. That done, and then come in here very carefully. Clean up the frayed ends. Twist those as much as possible, and then I'm going to put this heat shrink up there. This right up to the edge. This is why I was asking the BB36 terminal lock is not compatible for ferrules either. Yeah. iWis is a good name. They shoot themselves in the foot with rebanding. I agree. I think they should have kept with iWis. Hey, Poity. Is there any standard input shaper graphs for Vorons that I can compare mine against? That's a good question. I don't know. Okay, little screwdriver. Little screwdriver. sure those gates are open. They were not. Put this right in there like that. And that. This is going to go and just bend all of these. It kind of falls into place there. And this goes right there, just barely. I think that'll work. Okay. Can we put this on the tool head? Is there any reason why not? I have a couple of nuts that need to go in there. I got one nut, two nuts. Hopefully these go in here. Yep. There we go. There's one. Go. Two. And then what size screw does this use? See how it is? You are showing off how much more hair you have than I do. Oh, that's pretty. I won't do that again. That was a little scary. Okay, where are my... What size screw do these use? Probably longer. Probably those right there. Yep. So that's going to go on there. Oops, I missed it. There we go. Do you see social media that Amanda and Ruby got married? I did. I didn't actually realize it was Friday the 13th. I said congratulations. That is... Oh, that's why that's... Okay, I'm not happy with that. Not pleased. That thermistor wire is a little tight. It is a little tight. Let me see if I can bend that up. Okay, that's not as bad as it looked from over there. Let's try this again. There we go. Not as bad as it actually looked. Is the there though. Where do you go? There we are. Okay, much better. Yep. It is on there. Use an ABL probe on it. No, not at all. I don't use a probe on any of my V0s. He said the hair has to be on one's noggin. That's nice and, yeah, that's sturdy. There's no wiggle. Looking like a printer now. Now we've got the umbilical wire to run. Let's see if I can close this back in here. Tucks that back out of the way. Pretty blue frame, though the accent color is giving me cyborg flashbacks. Really? Okay. Faulty Z motor replaced V0, didn't need Z adjustment, probe is not needed. I didn't think so, kind of useless for such a small bed. Exactly. You get it all set up. I haven't touched the level on my gold V0 in many prints. There's not enough room to have run those hot end wires the other way. There's not enough room underneath this spot. There's barely enough room for the thermistor wires. I think there could probably be a little bit of tweaking done there on the setup. Okay, we are going to wire this 8-pin connector now for that. Using the dark blue umbilical cord you have. No, I'm gonna run 8 individual wires. Extend my hiking area to more about being able to actually make sense of the results. My Tri-Zero will have a probe at the end, and it does have triple belted Z. Yeah, if you're doing something like that, you do need a probe. Okay, wire. I need more wire. Where did I put my PTFE wire box? There it is. I have got a spool of Remington PTFE wire. Any other plans whilst you're in the UK for Smurf? We're going to spend a few days in London. We're going to spend the first part of the trip in Oxford, of course. Then we're going to spend a few days in London, and then we're going to come home. Toolhood looks so much more compact without direct drive. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so this is going to go here. If we take this to the far point, I like that heart is in the way. That heart is dumb. What if I click it? What happens? It doesn't go away. Okay, I like their wire. Oh, you're talking about the Remington stuff. Yeah, Remington is good stuff. It's not cheap, but it's good. Okay, so I'm just going to shove a wire in there. Actually, I'm going to come under here. So I'm going to shove a wire in there, and I'm going to kind of hold this at the back of the tool head here and kind of get a general idea for farthest point length of wire. So now I'm going to just kind of follow this along the path that I'm going to take on the printer down to here, and then down. Most things, I'm just gonna make all these the same length, but anything isn't gonna be any longer than this. So this is gonna be my wire length right here. And I'm just gonna do eight of these. So, so if we're looking at the tool head, I am gonna run my 24 volts and ground as 20 gauge. So I'm gonna run six of the 24 gauge here, and I'm gonna run two 20 gauge. So let me get 6 of these. This is the first stream I've noticed that heart being my way. 4. Just here. How close are we? We are, it's noon. We have an hour and 15 minutes till giveaway time. We're over 200 likes, which is awesome. So what is that? 4. Got 5. And 1 more of the 24 gauge. Okay. Those aren't all exactly the same length, but they're all going to be cut shorter anyway. Approaching 250. Nice. No worries if I go give a dog a bath in 20 minutes. As long as you're not giving a dog a bath when we do the drawing, join the Polar Ted Club. I am running a little short on the 20 gauge. Where is the end? Here we are. Much of, I think the price has increased on this wire. Much of what I have has been purchased well over a year ago. Just grab one of these. That long for it. And one more. We have t-shirts. 24 gauge, a decent size for, yes, 24 and 20. You can probably get away with 24 and 22. The problem is good quality 22 gauge is harder to find. With this PTFE and FEP insulated wire, you want to pay attention to conductor count. So the higher conductor count has finer wire, means it's more tolerant of bending. Okay, so we have all of our wires done. Now we can start labeling them and crimping. Where can we get this wire? Well, there's a US distributor. So Remington Industries is a US supplier. It is, if you search for Remington wire, you can get, they resell it on Amazon and you can buy it direct. Outside the US, I'm not 100% sure where your best bet is. If you're outside the US, Lineo has some pretty good quality wire. I mean, if you're inside the US as well, Lineo is good stuff. And I'm sure there's others. I only needed a little bit of 20 gauge, so I picked up a remnant spool from eBay. Yeah. PTFE is good, but not as flexible as FEP. That may be. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. We are going to be labeling these, and mostly with heat shrink pieces. So let me get my heat shrink pieces. And we got to figure out how we are getting the wiring going. So Heat shrink and heat shrink. Those will probably do us. Something unique, always driving. Yep. Right. Shut off my coffee. Okay. Let's see. One of these is going to be power. I think I want to label these on both ends. I think that's probably a smart idea. So, find some tiny red insulation. So this is going to be my plus 24 volts. And 2 pieces of that. Throw a piece on each end. So we're going to do lots of heat shrinking. Okay, so that's my power wire. My ground wire doesn't need anything. It's just going to be the black wire. Are we staying in this garage? Not indefinitely. At some point, I'm going to move back to the other garage, but it's going to be a completely different setup. When I move back to the other garage, you won't recognize it. Labeling on both ends? Where's the fun in that? Yeah. What is the softest TPU filament you can buy? I've seen 60. Now, durometer ratings have different scales. So if you say 80A, there are a couple of different scales that things get measured by, right? Can somebody confirm or maybe explain that a little bit? Okay, so that's that. We have thermistor. I'm gonna do blue on the thermistor because that's the color of the wires that are in there. So a little piece of blue thermistor. What color should I do for the 5 volt? Plus 5 volts. Which building at OC Maker Fair will you be in? I'm not sure offhand. I will be in the same building as Protopasta and LDO. That. Yellow? Yellow. I saw yellow first. Although either yellow, plus 5 volts is either yellow or green. So I've got here, I need to label 7. I need 7 colors here. Black, red, well, black is not the color. I need 8 total wires labeled. Red for 24 volts, black for ground, blue for the thermistor, orange or yellow or green for 5 volts, but then I need the heater, LED, hot end fan, and part cooling fan. Now, some of those colors can be pretty arbitrary. Hey, Fibs. Shore hardness scale. And that's something I don't 100% understand, Tuxedo. That's why I'm saying you look at durometer ratings and what do you, which looks like you're going to be ring colored wires. Maybe, Steven, maybe. Let's do, it says yellow or green for 5 volts. 5 volts is either yellow or green. I got both. Let's go yellow. Let's go yellow. Is that what I had originally said? go yellow for 5 volts. Use 2 colors per wire. We could. We're gonna have to start making a little table to get things sorted out, but I'm also coloring it on both ends will help me. I don't really have to document it. I can just look at the pinout diagram and see which color I used. The nice thing about PTFE wire and these heat shrinks is after it's shrunk, it's still easy to slide it along the wire. So, okay, so yellow's 5 volts. We got fan, 24 volts, 5 volts. We need the hot end. I think I'm going to go with a custom color for the hot end. Maybe orange for fire? I don't know. We did yellow for 5 volts. Oh, we can do just white for the hot end too. Ooh, I'm just gonna do white for the hot end because HE0. Oh, I need an extra. I should do 3 20 gauge wires. 24 volts, ground, and the hot end. I need one more. I need to replace one of these 24 gauge. I need the hot end to be 20 gauge. 3 20 gauge wires. Per Dell power supply color. If anybody can cite is there any kind of color standard for when you're doing things, like most of those are going to say a variety of colors that could be used, but I'm going to do white for my hot end wires here because it matches the Revo white wires. I have white. So there we go. Now the heat shrink that I have for white is a little, when I shrink it down, it ends up still a little loose. I'm gonna grab a little cheat. I'm gonna do a little cheat. I'm going to take a piece of thin black heat shrink, a small piece, and I'm gonna double shrink wrap it. I'm labeling. This is just labels. It doesn't really matter. But if I do this, then it's gonna hold on there tight and not just fall off on me. So I'm gonna put these on here and shrink them. Then I'm gonna put these white labels around. And they're a little longer, so it'll shrink around that black. There. Now those won't just fall off. Need to do a search on ASTM wire color standards. Let's do it. ASTM wire color standard. Woohoo. Let's look at images. Ooh. That looks like a... Oh, that looks busy. Let's close that. Which one? What am I looking for? Do we see any here? Pipe marking, not pipe marking. I want wire color. It's this one. ANSI thermocouple extension. Huh. If someone has a good picture, throw a welcome to a rabbit hole. throw a link in my Discord and we'll look it up there. Oop, not that. Go back here. They have color codes for 24 volts and 12 volts. Okay, these are labeled. How many more? We have 3 more to label. So we have part cooling fan, LED signal, and hot end fan. And none of those really matter at that point. So I have a green I can still use. So I'm gonna use green for the LED signal. I'm gonna use green for data, LED data. So that's this one. Are we still getting chat errors? Just curious. $55 likes needed. We're at 245, huh? Chat errors seem to have subsided. Awesome. Okay, so now just 2 more, the 2 fans. What do I want to do with that? I've already got yellow. I've already got... I can do the color it with a Sharpie trick. Oh, we've got almost an hour until the draw. Oh, look at that. We got a bot. I haven't seen a bot in a long time. It's been a very long time since we've seen a bot. Wow. Yeah, there we go. Bots are hyped. Okay, we're gonna do white. So let me get a couple of white heat shrinks ready. Okay, and then we're gonna grab this. 2. I didn't even think about that. But I can see it now. Owen Wilson. Couldn't do it again. It's been a long time since we've seen bots. Okay, so we have the 2 fan wires. I'm gonna put these on here as white heat shrink, and then I'll grab a couple of Sharpies to color them. What color should we do for the fans? A part cooling fan and hot end fan. I think we should do purple for part cooling fan. And is there a H? Is there a color for H? Hey, Jordy. What is this one? Why is that only on one side? Oh, because I did I did 2 wires. Okay. I get it. I got it. Okay, so we got purple and H. We need purple for the part cooling fan and something for the hot end fan. Or maybe maybe I can just do like brown or something for the hot end fan. Chat about my vehicle's extended warranty. Hot pink. Purple and hot pink are awfully close though. If my Sharpies are different enough, I'll try. I bought the whole like the big pack of like 25 or something Sharpies a long time ago. So I got colors. Hot, white, hot. We already have white. But that's okay. We've got enough here to keep moving and start pinning these. So where are my microfit pins? Should be down here somewhere. There they are. Hot orange. Orange is a possibility. We can do orange. Kind of signifies fire, the hot thing. This is the heater. Okay. 15 minutes till giveaway time. Okay, 20 to 24 gauge. Not that one. Kind of getting low on these. Right there. Right, yeah. Okay, so there's our hot end wire. Got our power, 24 volt. Hey Nappin, welcome. The same name twice, welcome. Purple is also cool. There and ground. Okay, so if we visualize this, we can plug these three to the tool head. So flip this around. Green can be confused for ground. Yeah, I get that, but I'm using green for the LED signal wire. It's already done. Okay, so this is the pin out for the 8-pin connector. This is the way it sits looking at me. So that means that 24 volts should be 24 volts should be this top corner right here. No, should be the inside one. 24 volts is the inside one. Yeah. Anybody confirm? 24 volts should be the inside right here. I wonder if there's a, nope, there's no little diagram there. Thanks, Zarp. I'll check that out after stream. Okay. 20, do I read this right? If that is the wiring diagram there, and this is as the board is facing me, this bottom corner one should be 24 volts. Can I get to anything that will help me confirm that? The way it's a right angle connector there is, I think it's bottom right, because it's a right angle connector. So the bottom row there is the top row here. The top row there is the bottom row here. What in the world? I grabbed the wrong freaking pin on one of these. Oh well, gotta redo that one. I had a mixed up pin. Wrong gender. Here, let me grab my meter. We should be able to measure to one of the fans. 24 volts. 24 volts here. Let's pull this off. So if I go 24 volts should be this one. So let's go, yeah. 24 volts should be that one. Oh, am I on the wrong one? It is the... Okay, that's weird. That is a part cooling fan. If I measure here, that is the bottom row. Yeah. Yeah, part cooling fan is right there. That's, oops, that's bottom row. That's right there. This one, I think if I unplug this, then it would measure right. I think I'm measuring across the fan right now. I think if I go one of these, should be hot end. So it'll be either this. Yeah, I'm measuring across things that are connected. So I'd have to unplug this to get a true. I don't want to do that, but I can. If you look quick in the stream chat, you'll see how the connector looks like. Okay. Let me see. Stream chat. Lots. Holy moly, lots of stream chat. Yeah, I know what the connector looks like. Yeah. So I'm correct. It's the bottom here. It's the one closest to me on the right is 24 volts. Yeah. Bottom right. Everything hooked up. Yeah, bottom right. I thought the board was flipped. Yes, you're correct. Yeah. Okay, I'm going with it. If we get smoke, it's content, right? Okay, where's my connector? So that's going on there, which means this is going bottom right. It's done. Can never undo it now. The top one right above that is the hot end then. Where is, right above that is going to be HE0. So that's those two. I'd rather get the printer working than separate parts go up and add. Oh, I agree. I agree. And I promise we're not going to power this on today. I promise I will double check this. But I'm pretty sure this is correct. That should go right like that. And those will actually bend out the other way, but that's okay. Right next, part cooling fan. So one of these, actually let's get ground on there. Ground should be this guy right here. There we go. Should be ground. So that's all my 20 gauge wires. Now let's get some crimps on the terminals on the others. You and Daniel have been my driving buddies. I've been listening to the VZBot stream. Awesome. Oh, well, that was interesting. There we go. Okay, so let's go these. Okay, so this is blue. What did I set blue to? What is blue? Blue is the thermistor. Blue is thermistor. Which means blue is this bottom here. There we go. Yellow is 5 volts. Yellow is 5 volts, which will be right here. Go. And green I had set for the LED signal wire. LED is right next to hot end, so that would be right here. And we have 2 fans. ModBot is hilarious when it comes to new builds. Oh, I'm not even showing all these crimps. Not like you haven't seen me crimp stuff, but and it doesn't really matter. I'll end up marking these with a Sharpie later. Actually, I'll probably do Dancing Max here for a second and go grab appropriately colored Sharpies. Have we hit 300 likes yet? There we go. Okay, so So all of those are crimped and inserted. 265. Getting there. We've got 39 minutes. um, 270. Awesome. Have you ever had to do with tool hot end heater wire being too thick for easy crimping? With a hot end heater wire? No, everything's crimped up just fine. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Let me go grab, I'm gonna grab a brown Sharpie and a purple Sharpie, I think. I think that'll be the colors, so stay tuned. Okay. Oh, more. They're back. Can't post this link here. Yeah. It won't let ya. Let me get rid of. There we go. Okay, I have got purplish and brown. So the part cooling fan is this one. Pull this back. This is the part cooling fan, purple for part. And the other side, do the same. Okay. Now the remaining 24 gauge one is going to be brown. I didn't need nearly as long of heat shrink on these as I put on here, but whatever. we go. Use number who knows what of Sharpies on the workbench. Purplish. Overhead camera. Colors are off. Well, I think the ish definitely applies. Okay, so that's gonna go there. That plugs in like that. And then these wires go off in this direction. Navix parallel pliers is at 125. These are the 150s. 06, 03, 150. When I have that issue, I'll cut back more of the thicker heater wire insulation, then use a bit of heat shrink to make for thinner insulation. You can. Okay, so now, where are we at? 33 minutes till giveaway time. We are very close, I'm sure, to our likes goal. So it's going to go up to the corner there. These are going to get wrapped. I've got some, I'll have to find it. I don't think I have it out here. Some split loom that I'll use. I'm going to throw a couple of spaced out zip ties here just to hold the bundle together. These are not going to stay. These are just to hold things together for now. Soft jaws you can get for those. I think I've seen that. I haven't found a real need for it. The nice smooth jaws don't mar up much anyway. Okay, so that's still a pretty nice, I mean, 4 less wires basically, no stepper. So 4 less wires makes a little slim, a little more slim. Now this is going to go here. This front corner, it's going to go right about like that. Now, did I print the back piece here? No, I'll have to print that later. I need some of these. Put one of those right there. 99 paracord on each cable sleeve. Nah, I'm just gonna do a cloth split loom along there, and I think, and put a twist in it, and it'll be good. Less than 25 likes to go. We gotta hit that 300. We got enough people here. Oh, less than 10? Okay. 8 to go. We got it. Oh. Okay, that is gonna go there, and then it's gonna bend across. Let's see if I can get a little better. This is gonna get centered here with the printed part that I apparently forgot to print. So that's gonna go there. This, I think I'm gonna put right there, right on top of the, that. So let's put that on. Where is my, there it is. VHB tape. Oh, we hit it. Awesome. Awesome. The streak is alive. Lives another stream. Thanks, Deanna. Hey, Nuno. Welcome. Okay, so this is gonna go, I think I'm just gonna bump it in right there. put a zip tie in here. This is going to go in here. Now, where that goes now, that's there. This is going to be able to go here and probably right like that. I'm going to call that close enough. Now, ooh, I only have 2 more of these. I was going to take this down a different path than all of these. I was going to come down parallel to those. So that's going to go there, and then underneath my stepper wires here. Hey, Andre. Here for the builds, but some filament wolf would be a fun perk. There we go. Yes. Okay. That's going to go there. Maybe I'll go right, stagger this. Right there. And one more. Finally back to using tweezers. I wasn't using tweezers before. Little offset to the bottom a little bit. Like that. Right along there, like so. Consider all of these still temporary until I finalize everything, but I think that'll work. Are those printed parts on your GitHub? Yep. So if you go to the Voron users here, and let's do that because that's been a question few times. So if we go to Voron users GitHub, and if you go to Voron users here, let's get rid of that window. If you go to printer mods, then you scroll down to my name, scroll down Steve STV PTRSN, and then I think parts, tools and jigs. Nope. Parts. Yep, VHB zip tie anchors. Control C, and there. That's where they are. Okay, so that now runs along there. That's there. There's going to be another part up here that's going to hold this, and it's also going to help hold the PTFE tube that goes to the tool head. So now on the bottom here, need one more. Oh, and now I've got a tool head that's in the way. So let me see, what do I have for something to space this up? How far do I need to space it up? I'm a little concerned with using filament. There we go. Yep. Filament boxes, whatever. So now we've got a bundle of wires here, and I'm shy basically one anchor because I'd like to put another anchor right there. I think I'm gonna have to, I have a couple of things to print off camera, it sounds like. I didn't print quite enough of them. Yeah, I don't have anything over here. That's okay. So if this goes here now we need to figure out where all of our wires here go. So let's pick the easy one. So thermistor is probably easy. Let's grab thermistor, which is blue, and let's look at our Duet 5 Mini 5 Plus wiring diagram. That's this. So our thermistor, so temp 0 is what we're going to go to, which is right here, right next to the bed temp that we went to. So I'm going to go here, and then through the same zip tie that went to, and then temp 0 is the far one. Temp 0 is this one. And we want the signal, the blue. If you look at this, we want the blue pin. So we want the pin closest to the power terminal here. That one pin is what we're going to plug into. Need some space to, yep, I've got space. That is a good point. I want to make sure I retain that space. Good call. Okay, I've got a few pins out here. If I take the blue wire, go over here, and then over here. That's about that long. So let's push my heat shrink past where I'm going to cut it. Cut that. Hey, Phil. That is a good call on keeping space for the SD card access. Okay, 2-pin. It really looks crowded in there. It is. Definitely is. Okay, now on the far connector. Oh, shoot. Okay, I know it's labeled with a color, but I also want it labeled with a marker. So I'm going to depin this and do a text label on it. I forgot to label it. I think I still have labels, right? That one, that's fan hot end. Where did my, here it is. Thermistor 0. Thermistor 0 just fits over that. Then we can put this back in here. Oops, that did not go all the way in. Or I didn't have this. Yeah. There we go. I heard it click that time. Okay. So that goes there. I'm going to push that blue in there. Bring my label around to right there, I think. Go. Will this build have a touch screen? I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the screen because my hope to use the little V0 simple display isn't going to work, it sounds like. So I don't know if there's an alternate. Right now it's probably going to be headless. For the build series, it's probably going to be headless since I don't have a good screen solution. Mini 12864 ends up being a pretty big display on a V0. What did we have? I want to use the V0 micro display, but I don't think it, someone told me it's not going to work. Wife just handed me newborn, went back to bed, so I figure I might as well be here if I'm awake. How's the newborn doing? I hope well. Get some water. So one thing I did, if you remember early in the build series, I made an extra thick Z motor mount so that I could sneak the board in underneath the stepper here and still get to the reset button here. And anything else that I need to reach, I can get there, although that USB cable is really tight. Yeah. So I think I raised it 6 millimeters and it still fits underneath the bottom panel. This is a IRM-90 power supply. It depends on what display chip it has, so it's a tiny chance it works. How do I tell what display chip it has? $70-watt heater? I don't have a 70-watt heater. It's a 40-watt Revo. Okay, so that's there. It's going to need to be tied down, wires managed, but that should be about where it goes anyway. That looks good. So I'll leave that kind of hanging there. The next thing we can do, which I'm actually hoping... Okay, so heater. Let's just do the hot end, which is the white 20 gauge. Comes through here, and it's going to plug into one of these. Oops, not that one. That one. This is out 1, out 2. Where's out? What is out 0? Just curiosity. Oh, out 0 is where the bed would be. Which should I go to? I don't think I'm going to use this at all. There's no reason to use this. I think I'm going to use out 2. Out 1 and out 2 for the bed and the hot end. You look at the chip. Wow. It's already assembled. It might be a little tougher. It makes sense to put the hot end on out 1, so that's where I'll put it. And then I'm going to run a couple of wires over to the SSR from out 2 for the bed. Doesn't have to be heavy gauge wire, but heavier gauge wire is easier to crimp in this solution, in this scenario. So I'm going to go ahead and do out 1, and that is the pin, the second pin from the edge of the board is what I'm actually connecting to. So here, I think this is just gonna go here and then straight to here. May even just run this along the stepper wires here. So let's pull the heat shrink back. And it goes to the second one, so let's just cut this about here. On the PTFE hookup wire, which gauge, 22 or 24? I'm using 24 on this. So now this is the bigger of the terminals here. So there's an extra little bag of plugs and terminals. Big, I don't know what the connector is. Does anybody know what these are? Are they still a Molex? What series? So JST, this isn't JS. Oh, is it JST? Oh, that does look like JST VH. Yeah. I've actually got something else with those. This is a big ol' biggest side of my crimpers here. Hope I can, yep, those did good. Awesome. Nice good crimp. Okay, so that's going to the second one from the end. So if this plugs in like that, this has to flip around, go in right there. Of course, I did it again. Someone said I should label all of them right away, and I didn't do it. Where did I put that? TH0H. I did this as H. It should have been H0. I don't know if I can fit this one around here either. Do I have it on here? Nope. Okay. Let's expand them. Stretch. You know, you can stretch heat shrink to a degree. Make it bigger. Is it bigger enough? Not bigger enough. Pliers work better. Pliers work better than tweezers. Stretch. If you go too much, then you will break it. But especially for something like this, that you're just labeling something. It will shrink right back down. Friendly label reminder. Where can I find those hex screw trays to download? That is in the description. It's to my printables profile. You can go to my printables profile and found it. Made so many wiring mistakes now I don't take chances. I label everything, even when I don't absolutely have to. Stretch and shrink. Yep. Okay, second one. Okay, just double checking here again. On the end, second one. Right like that. So push that in there, and the label there, and that goes on like that. And then all of this will zip tie in with that bundle there. Cool. Okay, ground. Where are we going to get actual ground? Where are we going to get ground? We can get ground from the power supply. Did I give me enough wire to get ground from the power supply? I did not. Darn it. Ground from the power supply would be cleanest. Where else can we get ground on the board? Power supply would be best. What's the shrink ratio on the heat shrink? I have no idea. Hey, Boddard. Hey, Thunder Keys. We have 8 minutes till giveaway. EXP connector sounds... that sounds messy. EXP connector sounds messy. You know what I'd rather do is replace that wire going all the way back to the tool head with a longer 20 gauge wire. I would rather do that. Put a spade connector and do it on the screw mount. I would have to double up. I would have to double them up, and I'd rather not do that. I have an open ground connector right here. That is the cleanest. I could, I don't know what the current capacity is, but I could grab any of the end stops here. There's ground on all of those. I could grab ground over here. Yep. But I may be changing some of this wiring depending on what I do for the NeoPixels. So I'm thinking in the future what I'm gonna do with that stuff. Could extend it with solder splice. It's not a terrible idea. It's clean. There's not a there's a nice spot right here that I could do it in. I think I'll do that. I'm gonna extend the wire. I don't like it. I'm not thrilled with that, but it's not gonna be under any stress. Let's do that. Do that. And that. And grab my wire. Where's the wire? Here it is. This goes here, here, and to there. Then I need here to, yeah, that'll be enough. Power up the soldering iron. And get this going. We have 5 more minutes. Five more minutes till Polymaker filament giveaway time. wonder if I can I do this? Ah. Yep. Nice full fillet, strong connection, strong, like bull. Nice generous length of heat shrink tubing. Okay, so now want a matcha me sure, bring me one too, please. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's gonna go there, and that's gonna go across there, and that's gonna crimp right there, and then this will go in, so probably about right there. And then strip this for Bootlace ferrule. 20 gauge is gray. Your heat gun specifically for heat shrink, or it's just a regular standard heat shrink gun? Nothing special about it. Okay, so that's a little too. Cut the last couple of millimeters off of that, just so it fully seats into the thing. Then that will go there and through there when I do the cleanup of the wire. But now ground is hooked up. So ground. Where did we get 24 volts? We haven't gotten 24 volts yet. That's probably going to also, well, if I go 24 volts, okay, so 24 volts, I'm not going to take back to the power supply because I want it fused. So I'm going to grab 24 volts from the other side of, I'm going to actually just plug it into the other side of this hot end connector. So that's just voltage, that's just V fused. So that's V in, and then this goes through the fuse. So that's, I'm going to connect it to the other side of the heater. So we haven't done the giveaway yet. We are now at time for giveaway. So let's switch gears and do Polymaker filament giveaway. Actually, we can go right back here and go to our awesome wheel of names. Oh, I got results here. This is the last. Delete. I don't know what that's from. Delete. Clear the list. There we go. Entries. Giveaway time. Okay, excuse me. Let's see here. We are going to close the giveaway in our Steve Build standard 3 seconds. So if you have not entered, the link is in the description and the pinned post. Now remember, one of these days, I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1 closed. So if you're waiting until the last second to enter, don't be mad at me if one day I say 3, 2, 1 closed. So we have a certain number of responses right now. So when we haven't had a new response in 3 seconds, I am going to close it starting with 3, 2, 1.5, 1, half, and 0. It sounds like we are good. So I'm going to close it Okay, it's closed. So, well, I give time. Let me export this. It is closed. Rod was very first. Who got the last one in? There was one that was as I was talking. MJ got the last one. Let's copy that and paste it here. What is our number range today? What is our number range today? See, Cyber Optic says 12. A number between 1 and 12. You don't remember if you joined Sanity? Number between 1 and 12. Please play silly games that deserve the silly missing out prize. Number between 1 and 12. I didn't see a single 10, so we're going to do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and spin. It's a Polymaker filament giveaway. If you are drawn, then say something in chat. Congratulations to Passenger. Passenger, congratulations. You have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to say something in chat. Passenger. Passenger, congratulations. Are you around? Passenger. Gotta be here. Tag me, someone will see ya. Phil, I turned Nightbot off thinking it might have been causing the problems. Passenger, there you are. Congratulations. You will get an email from me, assuming it looks like your email is good. So let me paste this over here. And you have a good email address. So congratulations, Passenger. If you're in the US or Canada, then you will get a couple of gift cards. One of them's free shipping, and one of them is a dollar amount off of the polymaker.com site. If you're outside the US or Canada, you'll get a form that has a list of a bunch of filament choices, but you get to choose a roll to get sent to you. So congratulations. Awesome. So let's close that. And let me get this power line, since it's just going straight along. We're going to go power to this hot end output as well. That's going to power the tool head board. So let's just pull this off. And we go right about, I think it's going to be about there. Link removal, awesome, thank you. That is unpinned. Unpin, remember folks, you gotta play to win. You realize how close that board is to the motor? It is not as close as it looks. You see there? I've got a big old gap there. See that gap? It's because I extended the thickness. You see the Z-stepper is about 6 millimeters thicker than normal. So there's lots of room there. Lots of room. See you, Timo. Hey, Gentech, welcome. So we're gonna do a couple more, maybe a couple more crimps here and then call it. Like I said, I've got some pretty significant things I need to get done today. And the extra hour or so would be helpful to me. So it means that we're still going to be doing a little bit of wiring next week, but it won't be much, and then we'll be on to the getting it configured and set up. Not next week. Next week is, okay, like that. That crimp is bending in the wrong direction. So let's see if I can coax it without wasting that crimp. There we go. That fixed it. Okay, so there. Now the tool head has power. Power and ground done. Zombie, member for 16 months. Awesome. The V0 compared to a 120 millimeter Trident. I would take a 120 millimeter Trident over a V0 any day. That's my totally biased opinion. What did I miss here? Bill Brothers, thanks for gifted memberships. I guess I don't know how the giveaways work here. So Jeremy, there's always a pinned post or a link in the description to a Google form. You put in your Jeremy Glover as your name and then an email address that you can be reached at. And then at the 3-hour mark, I draw a name from that list. You have to be here. You don't have to choose a number. There's no, so for fun, we choose a random number to shuffle the names. So you don't have to do any of that. You don't have to actually put a number in order to be entered. That's a for fun thing, an engagement thing. The more chat messages come through, the more YouTube sees that people are having fun in the stream, the more it shows, suggests my streams to other people. So, yeah. It's a Duet 3 Mini 5 Plus, Doyen. Kyle, I have, and I need to post this. That little printed part is a Z cable chain wire anchor that I modeled and printed. So it's just a little zip tie that holds the cables going to the Z chain. Let me catch up. I would too. My next printer will be a V0 for sure. V0s are awesome. Great printers. Looks like a Duet 5 Mini. Yep, Duet 3 Mini 5 Plus, technically. Now, the Mini 5 Plus has 5 stepper drivers, but it also has a header here where you can add, and it's got mounting points, where you can add 2 more. So it's up to 7. I'm running one of these in a V2. So it'll power a V2 as it is. V0 is perfect for a small office printer, yeah. Thanks for the banana, Zombie. Okay, so the last 3. Okay, so we have 4 more connections to make. I think those are going to be next week. Everything else is here. I'm gonna print the couple of wire anchors I need. I'm gonna make sure anything else I need is printed. And we only have 4 connections to make next week before we are doing board configuration. So, I'm sorry, I keep saying next week. Next week there won't be a stream. I'll be at Orange County Maker Faire. So if you're in the area, stop by. I'll be easy to find because I'll be at the Voron booth. We're sharing a booth with LDO. We have a big one though. It's like a 20 by 20 between LDO and Voron. A bunch of other folks are going to be there. Protopasta is going to be there. It's going to be a good time. If all works out and I can get it done, like polished in time, then we will be giving away the switch wire that I built almost 2 years ago on this channel. It was about the 3rd major thing I did on channel. It's getting, the thing I'm doing to it is I'm updating it to Stealth Burner. It's getting a Stealth Burner tool head instead of the Afterburner. Otherwise it's still, I mean, it's clean. I haven't really printed on it because the whole intent was to give it away at a West Coast event. The next big things that are happening is Saturday the 28th will be the Charlie Remembrance stream. That will be a Charlie's Angel stream, but it will be open to public. If I can get all the YouTube things sorted out, it'll be a YouTube charity stream, which means 100% of any donations that happen in that stream will go to a local animal shelter. That Sunday then, the 29th, is when we'll be back on this. So, yeah. So thank you everybody who is here today. Thank you for everybody who gifted memberships, became members, donated, participated, hung out. It's fun. I appreciate it. We will be back next time. So have a good rest of your weekend. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.